world today was in parts of Russia and Kazakhstan, where the partial eclipse got up to around 80%. The very deepest eclipse happened at 11 o'clock UTC, which was about 10 minutes ago. So worldwide, we are into the second half of the eclipse, but we're still in the first half of the local eclipse in Abu Dhabi. And as we can see in our main screen, things have only just begun in Karachi in Pakistan. It's getting quite late in the day now in Pakistan. This eclipse actually runs right up until sunset in Karachi. So we have shifted our attention from the from Northwest Europe right the way across now down into Southern Asia, and we still have a lot of eclipse to enjoy from Abu Dhabi and Pakistan.
Yeah, and if you're there, if you're watching the eclipse, I have to repeat myself, wear the eclipse glasses, make sure that you cover up your eyes, put filters on your telescopes and your cameras because it will damage your eyes and your equipment. And remember to check out timeanddate.live. You can find our news feed with lots of beautiful tweets from people around the world sharing their eclipse experiences. We've got live updates, we've got our partners, we've got pictures. It's all happening there while we're away from this screen, but stay here as well because we've got some beautiful eclipses going on. But we'll see you soon.
Welcome back.
We're back.
You are watching this partial solar eclipse live on time and date. And where are we? The eclipse has finished across most of Europe. The eclipse is finished at our streaming locations in the UK, in Norway, in Italy. We do still have live images coming in of the eclipse further to the east. So our partners in Istanbul, we still have about half an hour of the eclipse to go in Istanbul, and we still have about an hour and a half to go for our streamers in Karachi in Pakistan, and also for the image that we're looking at on our main screen here, are pictures from Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. So we still have lots of action still to come. But in Europe, the eclipse is winding up. And that means, Anna, that it's all over for our time and date mobile observatory up in the northern wilds of Norway.
Indeed, it's been a nerve-wracking time here at Time and Date, because the last 2 weeks we've been getting daily weather updates from our boss and chief eclipse chaser, Stefan Thorsen. He's been giving us going to Poland, going to northern Finland. At some point he was thinking of going to I think even Lithuania was on the list. It was everywhere on the list. But him and our colleague, Adalbert Michalik, ended up near the North Cape on the very north tip of Europe. And there they found the solar eclipse holy trinity, at least for live streaming. You need clear skies, you need good internet connection, and you need to be there at the right time for the eclipse. And believe me, it's been a struggle. So we're going to introduce Stefan Thorsen to join us here for an interview.
Hello.
Hi, Stefan. Oh, it looks cold there. It looks really cold there. How difficult was it to decide on a location, and how did you end up there in northern Norway?
No, it was, as you said, very difficult. There were clouds all over Northern Europe. We checked a lot of forecasts, different kinds of forecasts, and there was always clouds. There was sometimes a bit of gap in the clouds, and we kind of looked for that, but then that gap closed, and we had to find another place. So, as you said, we examined a lot of places, and we ended up then in the very northern Norway, which had kind of consistently promising weather. The challenge being this far north is the sun is very low in the sky. So even if the weather is nice above you, it has to be nice many kilometers in the direction of the sun. So there's a lot more. There's a bit more of a luck to be able to get emissions of the sun this far north. And it's just like a few weeks till the polar nights start here in this latitude. So it's just it's very short days.
Wow.
That looks
So
very cool, Stefan.
Yeah, it does. And so you really are there at the very northern edge of mainland Europe. How was your journey there, Stefan? We've been hearing that you've had icy roads to contend with, and I don't know if this is true. Something about you couldn't get into your car this morning.
Yeah, no, it was we planned to. We had a plan to go north, and I woke up early at 6 o'clock to check the weather forecast again for the 20th time or something. And we everything went mostly. The plan from yesterday was still to go around this area. We ended up in a place it's a bit south of the North Cape, but still close to it, called Skidoo, which was the plan yesterday as well. And we came to a frozen car, and we had so much problems getting in that we had to actually call the renter to help us, and that really stole a lot of time this morning. So I kind of planned with kind of a bit of leave room, because all the leave room was taken away from us. So, and then we had to drive on very icy roads, which we Google Maps says take this much time, but it didn't take into account that the roads are icy. So it was kind of a thing. But we were able to phone this hotel. We are at that Sky D hotel, and ask if there was a chance we could stay with them. They were really accommodating and have helped us a lot with power and coffee and soup and everything. Very, very nice.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And you're going to be traveling again in just over a week, and it won't be as cold. Where are you going, and why are you going there?
And then we're going to the US, to Roswell in New Mexico, which is quite different, very different than this Arctic climate we are currently at. So then it's the total lunar eclipse we're going to capture there in a hopefully a bit warmer environment. I have five layers of clothing to keep me warm. I'm still freezing. So it's just sitting still is kind of the problem for this long. But it's nice. Yeah.
And why
Yes.
Roswell? Yeah, it's worth it. Yes, of course it is. And why Roswell?
Now, Roswell, it's first of all, the conditions there are very nice, but the main reason is that there's annular solar eclipse in a year later, which is also passing in the same area. So we aim to visit Roswell twice. So in 2 weeks from now, and again in about a year from now. So it's kind of nice to actually go somewhere you've been before, because then you know a bit more what to expect, and it's easier to plan for.
Yes. So we've got lots more great eclipses coming up. Stefan, I think we're going to let you go and get warmed up there. Thanks for the great images from North Cape today. Spectacular stuff. Don't forget to keep an eye on timeanddate.live. That's our live news feed with updates on this eclipse, on our partners. We've got lots of pictures and lots more there. And also don't forget to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel so you don't miss out on future eclipse broadcasts, including 2 weeks from today, the total lunar eclipse live from New Mexico. And Anna and I will be back with you very shortly. Welcome back. We are watching this partial solar eclipse on time and date. And our eclipse in Istanbul in Turkey is almost finished. In our top right corner, we can see that the moon has almost completely moved off the face of the sun there. The eclipse will actually be ending at 11:59 UTC. So there is just 5 more minutes of the eclipse to run in Istanbul, Turkey. We still have a lot of eclipse to come in Abu Dhabi and in Karachi, Pakistan. On our main screen, we have our images from Karachi. We're approaching maximum eclipse there. At 12:01 UTC, we will be at the deepest eclipse in Karachi. That will be about 39% of the sun's disk covered by the moon. We want to say a big thank you to our streaming partners there in Karachi. These are Yusuf Ali and Saeed Abbas at Astron Instruments. Astron Instruments, it was the brainchild of 2 physics enthusiasts, and they set up Astron Instruments to sell telescopes and radio telescopes in Pakistan, and they also aim to nurture and support local scientific endeavors, and we are very grateful to them for sharing their view of this eclipse today. They had to find the right spot for streaming this eclipse because we are nearing sunset in Karachi. In fact, the sun will set just moments before the eclipse ends in Karachi. So this is very much a late afternoon eclipse as the sun is sinking down towards the horizon there in Karachi. So we still have about an hour to go. To recap, we started this live stream a few hours ago. We saw the eclipse moving across Asia, across Europe into Asia, and Anna, I think you have something for us.
We do. We have a little treat. It's kind of a recap that as well from Italy, and this is from our friends Paolo Romano and Giuseppe Cutispoto in Catania. That's in Sicily, Italy, and they've made a time lapse for us. They are at the INAF Observatory in Catania. That's in Italian National Institute for Astrophysics. It's a long name. It's easy to say, INAF. And they have made a time lapse. They've been taking pictures every 10 seconds and they've put it together to make a cute little video for us. So have a look. Now that's pretty awesome, isn't it, Graham?
That's great. That's a really nice action replay of 2 hours of partial eclipse there in Catania in Sicily. And yes, we want to say thank you again to the National Institute for Astrophysics in Italy for that time lapse from Catania. And also earlier, we were looking at live pictures coming from the ENAF Observatory in Naples in Italy. We are still going in Karachi. We are just finishing there in Istanbul, and we still have pictures coming in from Abu Dhabi. So we still have 1 hour to go in our live stream today. Be sure to keep an eye on timeanddate.live. That's our live news feed with all of the latest updates and pictures of this eclipse. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can watch future eclipses, including in 2 weeks' time, a total lunar eclipse also here on Time and Date. And as always, Anna and I will be back very shortly. Welcome back to Time and Date, where we have been enjoying this partial solar eclipse across Europe and Asia. We were talking at the beginning of the live stream about clouds, because here we are in late October. This eclipse was happening over Central Europe, Western Asia. These are areas that traditionally have a lot of cloud cover at this time of year. Generally speaking, we have been very fortunate with clouds. We've had some great pictures of the sun from all of our partners around Europe and Asia today, with one exception. This is Vilnius University in Lithuania, and we have live pictures from them now in the top right corner of the screen. We can see a beautiful forest. We can just see the dome of their observatory down in the bottom left of the video coming from there. And we can also see a very, very gray sky. And this is what we've been looking at in Lithuania all day today, and I think all of yesterday as well. Just very thick cloud, very gray sky, and Anna, that has been awful luck for our partners there at Vilnius University.
It has been, and messages from Vilnius University has been rainy, cloudy, not going to happen. So we're going to still talk to and commiserate with Sharunas Mikolaitis at Vilnius University. And he should be coming up on the screen right now. And there you are. How are you, Sharunas?
Hi, nice to see everyone, and nice to see all the streams. I am disappointed a little bit, well, but you know, the life is life, and clouds are clouds. Yeah.
Yeah, we're so sorry about those clouds.
Yeah. Now, Sharunas, you're part of the Institute of Theoretical Physics and Astronomy there at Vilnius University. Could you tell us a little bit about some of the research you do and some of the great outreach work that you do there?
Yes, certainly. So basically, in our, if we're talking about our research, so basically, let's say our group is doing classical stellar spectroscopy observations and also analysis and so on. We are part of such kind of surveys like Gaia ISO survey and so on. We're just finishing our Gaia ISO survey work, which was very nice and very big thing in some years ago. Well, in talking about outreach, so you saw the stream from our observatory. So we tried to do the Solar Eclipse stream from our Molėtai Astronomical Observatory that is around 80 kilometers north from Vilnius. Our main base of our astronomers is in Vilnius, and our observation base, let's say, it's Molėtai Astronomical Observatory. It's basically like all observatories, probably all observatories. Our observatories also is benefiting from the very beautiful surroundings. It's Labanores Regional Park with the huge amount of lakes around and lots of forests, and actually at the moment gray sky, which is kind of disappointing. Yes, but it's quite interesting to be, you know, like the only group that is actually showing the gray sky. I was actually thinking that that we will have more bad luck, you know. So actually, this stream campaign was amazingly successful. Accept us.
But you did have success. You had, we had to postpone our interview with you because you had to suddenly meet a school class. What happened there?
Well, it's basically, you know, observatory is usually like a very attractive place for people to visit. And at the moment, we are in some kind of some schools in our country already having the holiday season, because we have school holidays around this time, this week or next week. So schools are traveling all around. And suddenly one school decided that they really need to see observatory as soon as possible, because that's super important for them. And actually, I can understand why. It's very interesting. So I was probably the only one who was able to meet them, and I was really excited, you know, actually to show your streams and every stream one by one to them, you know. And we had a nice talk about all the solar, lunar eclipse, Venus transit, Mercury transit, and so on. So usually, this was a very nice occasion. Of course, I'm sorry for the delay of the stream, but of this talk.
Problem.
But children first.
Yes, of course. And you've told us that the work in your country is a lot of children first and a lot of outreach, because astronomy is super popular. And what do Lithuanians get most excited about?
Well, basically, Lithuanians are most excited probably about recent things that happened at the moment. So solar eclipse. If we would have a clear sky, so we would have a lot of people, lot of astronomy clubs that are actually observing the solar eclipse at the moment, and sometimes in the in the center of the city or of in small town, in the schools and everything, it would happen. People are excited about new major steps in astronomy, like James Webb Space Telescope launch and beautiful pictures of Hubble, of course. But people are basically also very, very interested in very exotic things of astronomy, like black holes and strings and so on. You know, like you have lots of questions in about those kind of topics, and those questions actually push our limits forward. You know, of understanding. We have to think and learn more and more, and especially how to learn how to explain those super complicated things in a bit more understandable manner. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, that is a huge challenge for science communicators in the area of astronomy, for sure. Yes, yes. Hey, Sharunash, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. You've had a busy morning, even though you've had those gray skies. You've been keeping very busy with children and tours and talking to us, and thank you for that. And we wish you better luck for the next eclipse in Lithuania.
We will do it together.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, yes. In the meantime, we still have about 40 minutes to go on our live stream today on time and date. We've got our pictures from Abu Dhabi on the main screen now. The eclipse will be ending there at 12:54 UTC. So in just over half an hour's time. The eclipse is also still going in Karachi in Pakistan. It will be ending there at 12:59, except a few minutes before that, we will also have sunset in Karachi. So we still have all of that to come on our live stream. Don't forget to have a look